All right, if you've been around pickleball for any length of time, there's a pretty good chance that you've heard the phrase, if you've got 'em back, keep 'em back. And essentially the idea is if you're up near the net and your opponents are far away, well, they can't do that much damage, right? It's 22 feet from the baseline to the net, plus another 7 for you at the kitchen. That means your opponents, if they're behind the baseline, are like 30 feet away from you. And it's really tough to put people in trouble, to cause problems for them from 30 plus feet away. So the idea is that you push them back, they can't do much damage. And yeah, it's not a bad idea. But I would argue that we fall into a trap if we always think, got him back, keep him back. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, let's look at some junior action first. I'll show you this point and then I'll break down the key moment here. Love watching these youngsters play. Okay, so check it out here. As this point unfolds, the player here on the left comes crashing the net. Now, the kid receiving the ball here, if he was following the got him back, keep him back idea, he would have hit this ball back cross court because the girl on the right-hand side of the court was further back away. But that's not the priority. The priority is avoiding the player at the net who's crossing. And so this is a nice example of not going back deep. Here's a little practice point from 4 of the game's best. Now, in this case, if the player was following the got him back, keep him back strategy, he would go cross court 2 back towards Steve Deacon. But instead, he realizes this ball is a little bit high, and so that means the player closer to the net is actually quite vulnerable. A bit of a fancy shot here. It's nice. He gets the ball back, but you can see how much trouble he is in. So in this case, when your opponents are up at the net and you receive a ball that's a little bit higher and maybe the net player is vulnerable, got him back, keep him back is not actually the smart play. Instead, the smart play is to go at the net person, the one who's vulnerable, the one who's going to have less time to react, or if you see that net player sort of crossing in front, then going back behind them. Got him back, keep him back is not a bad idea, but it's not the only idea you should subscribe to when you're receiving balls at the net. So there you go. Is if you've got him back, keep him back wrong? No, I wouldn't say so. It can be a pretty useful neutralizing skill to push your opponents back. But sometimes you can do more than that. Sometimes you want to do more than that. Sometimes you must do more than that. Because remember, if they hit a good 3rd shot drop, or I guess by that point it's a 5th shot or a 7th shot, who knows? If they hit a good shot drop, if they hit a good drop, they can then come to the net and all of a sudden that advantage is gone. Got him back, keep him back is not bad, but winning the point is even better.